Hello everyone, this is 101 Face here with a long-awaited update on my new PC, as well as my channel as a whole. Now, as of this recording, I've had this new PC running for about a week now, and I've been tweaking it ever since. So coming up is a brief demonstration of what it's capable of. To start off, we have Spec Ops The Line running in 1080p at 60 FPS and recording at 30. I am aware that YouTube allows for 60 FPS now, but Courier's mind is a piece of cinematic machinima, not simply a piece of gameplay footage, so I'll be sticking with 30 for now. As you can see, this game runs very smoothly on this rig with maxed out graphics, which is good considering I'm planning to use it as the first game for total failure. Yes, that little project is still going ahead. I would just like to say thanks to Dashiamo once again, but this time for a rather interesting piece of visual effect that I'll be using for this series. You'll just have to wait and see what that is. And now here's BioShock Infinite, again running very smoothly. Now while you're watching this, let me give you a rundown of what's happened recently. So I've graduated from university and now I'm looking for a job. As you might expect, this is taking some time. In fact, most of my waking hours now are being consumed by this. So unfortunately, Season 6 of Courier's Mind is taking a back seat as far as my priorities go for the time being. I have made some progress in terms of planning. I know roughly how far I want Season 6 to go in terms of progression, and as you might have guessed, good old Cass will soon be joining the team. Unfortunately, the stress of unemployment does take a toll on my creative side. This doesn't mean that production will completely stop, just that it will have to slow down. The other major event was, of course, the Achievement Hunter Dark Knight video. Now, if you're one of my new subscribers who doesn't give a damn about Courier's Mind, and are more interested in whether or not I'm going to make more Achievement Hunter-based videos, then the simple answer is yes, eventually. That single video is by far the most popular thing I've ever made, so I will be a fool not to consider making more. A lot of people have asked me if it took a very long time to make, and actually the answer is no. I worked on that video on and off for about a week and no more than an hour per day. As far as effort spent per view gained goes, I would say that video is far easier to make than any single episode of Courier's Mind. But will these videos completely replace Courier's Mind? Absolutely not. I've been making that series since 2011 and there are plenty of seasons left to go. And speaking of Courier's Mind, here's the footage you guys have been waiting for. This is Fallout New Vegas running at 1080p with Poco Bueno texture mod. I chose not to use NMA textures because those are way harder on the system. In fact, I've tested quite a few games on this rig now, and Fallout New Vegas with these textures is still the one game this machine struggles the most with. In fact, the first time I tried running this, the display FPS was all over the place between 40 and 60, and as soon as I started recording, it was going between 20 and 30, especially whenever a fight started. Luckily, it turns out I just needed to update my graphics card drivers, and so far, it seems to have solved the problem. The frame rate does still dip below 30 whenever I activate VATS or pull out my Pip-Boy, but personally I think this is acceptable. As you can tell, I'm playing as the Courier. The only reason I'm in the strip at the moment is because I'm scouting ahead for Season 6 and seeing how much content I need to get through before we can start our adventures here. Turns out there's quite a lot to do in Freeside. But anyway, this is the sort of visual quality you can expect in Season 6, and I reckon it's quite a jump from Season 5. There is still an issue in terms of uploading files this big and whether my internet connection can handle it, but I'll deal with those issues as they come. So for now, thanks for your patience and stay tuned for more content. 101 Face out.